Hi friends, so I decided to make another video of a vegetarian cake. This is actually the last result, but let's go to show us how we made this one. So first you're going to get a stainless steel pan and basin, and then you're going to measure about 2.5. I've written out the measurement. That is oat flour that I'm pouring, and then next I'm going to be adding wheat, whole wheat, about 2 cups of it, and then the next thing I'm going to be adding will be our carob. Yeah, just watch, you will see how I added the half cup of carob flour. If you can't get carob, just order it online, it's always available. Then I now added baking powder, just 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and then I also added a salt also. And now I'm going to be adding coriander, and then we added salt. And next we are going to be adding, please, if you can't get all these things, you can get them online. I think I've said that earlier. And here I'm going to be adding my flaxseed. That flaxseed, you're going to blend it inside your blender, and then you transfer it back into the um, cake mixture after blending. So it's going to take you some time. I didn't show us when I was blending because I believe I'm going to explain that it's not so hard. So when you have done that, you just continue. You can actually begin to mix up everything if you want, but if you don't, you can continue just like I did here. Now I'm going to be adding my cane sugar, or you call it brown sugar. If you can get cane sugar, it is okay. The brown sugar, if you are sure that it's made with cane sugar, then it's okay. Remember, we are making a vegetarian cake. So now I'm going to be adding stevia, just 2 teaspoons of stevia, and then I'm going to turn my oven. At this point I've turned my oven to 150 degrees Celsius, just for it to warm up before the cake is the whole mixture will be ready. Then I can now transfer it. So at this point now I am mixing up the dried contents, everything in dry, my dry ingredients, I'm mixing them up. Now I decided to wear something on my hand. You can get hand gloves if you want, just to cover your hands, okay? So so that the proteins from your hands will not mix up with the food. So now I'm going to be adding honey. Now I'm adding my liquid ingredients. Now remember, you have to dissolve every seed in the mixture before you start adding this one. So I'm going to be added 2 teaspoons of honey, and then I'm going to mix everything together. Then here I'm adding vanilla flavor, about 2 teaspoons or so. And then I also added olive oil. Olive oil, about 1 cup of olive oil will do the job, because that's why you will now see the reason why I had to add about because olive oil comes out quite bitter, with a little bitter taste. So that is why I had to use up to 1 cup of the cane sugar, and also added stevia just to make it sweet. And remember, if you are making it for children, remember that you have to make it really sweet so that they will enjoy it. Here I am now adding my um, soya milk. I use soya milk as in place of water. If you don't can't get soya milk, you can actually use water, but it's preferable if you can get soya milk. If you can't get that, you can also use almond milk, the liquid part of almond milk. That will also do the same job for you. But here I use soya milk. You can extract yours yourself, it is not so hard to make. Now I am going to, I have mixed everything together, but you can see that it has some seed. Now it is not ready, so you keep turning and turning. It's gonna take some time. um before it to be ready. Now you see how the texture is. This is when it is now. You can now say, yeah, it is ready. Then now I got my pan ready. Normally if you're baking a cake, you have to cream your pan maybe with butter, but right now I'm going to use olive oil to do that same job. It's going to do the job perfectly. I know this video is so long, but just continue watching. If you're in Nigeria, I have a gift for you. Today is actually my birthday, so I decided to do a little giveaway to my friends that are in Nigeria or those that are using MTN, Airtel, Etisalat, and of course Glo. Will be giving out something to us at the end of this video, so just keep watching. So at this point now, I'm going to be adding everything into the pan, and then I'm going to, because I know that this video has taken you a lot of megabyte to watch, so I know that, so just keep watching. Let's see. So then I have now I'm going to prepare for the dressing of this cake. Now it has about two dressing. Now this is the first stage of the dressing. To go to the first stage now, that is peach, one can of it. I poured it into my blender. Then I'm going to be adding coriander, and I'm also going to be adding cane sugar, and then I will now blend everything together. So at this point now, at this point now, I'm going to mix everything together, and then I'm going to set it on fire. Of course, you can turn your heater on, your cooker, you can turn it on at this point, just to be warming up a little, just how you did for the cake also. And remember, when you put the cake, you can increase it to 200 degrees Celsius. While it is doing that, you're doing your work here as well. Now I'm adding vanilla flavor. Then next thing I'm going to be doing is to blend everything. But before I started blending, I had to measure out my cornstarch into a plate. In that plate, I'm going to be adding there. You can, if you look very well, I already have water. So that water I'm going to be mixing, just 1 cup of water. Add it to the mixture of the cornstarch, and then mix it up very well. Now you have to, your pot that is already on fire, you have to transfer the whole mixture into it. Remember, don't add your cornstarch yet until when the mixture that is on fire has heated up or boiled up properly. But please use moderate heat while doing this. Don't overheat it, or don't use high heat to do this job. It's just moderate heat, but keep turning it, don't leave it for any reason. So keep turning until when you get your desired texture, or when it has boiled properly. Then you are free to pour your, now it is ready. Now I am free now to pour my mixture of water and cornstarch. So now I am doing that. So now when you have done that, it is not time to remove it yet. What you keep doing is, while you pour it, you have to keep turning. It doesn't take so much time, but just yeah, it takes time for you to finish the whole work, but it's just at every point in time you have one or two things that you are doing. So just get a sheet of paper, write down this mixture, and then use it. So now I still on fire, but you have to let it boil properly before you remove it. Now look at the texture, look at what we have here. Now this is our cake, is out already. Now you have to turn the cake over, so because if you look at the other side is broken, so you have to get a smooth part of it, the back, the down. So now is now using what we have cooked on fire to dress it. Remember, you don't need to allow what you have boiled on fire to cool down. No, just start covering the dressing it immediately. You don't need to let it cool, because the moment it cools down, remember there is cornstarch in it, it's going to thicken up just like um pap. Yeah, so yeah, or custard. Yeah, remember also, if you don't have cornstarch, you can also use custard to do the same work. For the same work that custard will do for you is the same work that cornstarch will do for you in this same step. So now I'm now dressing everything. If you look at it, you see that it's taking a lot of process, but please be careful when you are doing that, otherwise you will scatter the whole cake. So you have to be very careful. I couldn't get my spatula, so I had to use this one to do the same job that my spatula would have done. So now you are going to make sure that it is properly smoothened, so that when you are doing the last dressing, it wouldn't take you so much stress. Now when you have done this, you put the second set, and then you do the same covering that you have done. And now when you have covered it, what you're going to do is either you transfer it into your fridge, or you just leave it outside overnight. Why do you do need to do that? So that the whole thing will just cool down, and then the whole dressing will just become thick on the body. Still will stick on the body and not be removed again. So it become fast on it. So when that is done, you can now, in the next morning, you can now decide, okay, fine, now we can eat. Don't add the second dressing that same day if you are not sure you are going to be cutting the cake that same day. Yeah, don't add the white part, the second dressing that we are going to do now. Don't decorate it that same day, because it's gonna change color, because everything, remember, everything you used are all natural. So it may probably change color before the next morning. So it is just better, just do it then the day for the birthday, or if you are going to deliver it. Of course, if you are in Sweden and you feel like you cannot do it, just like this one can be delivered to you as well. So this now is now is now ready, but it's not, the work is not complete yet. Now I have my honey fruit and my kiwi for the last part of this dressing. Now this is how it's out. You can see how beautiful it is. Now I have almond flour and dates, and I have coconut milk. Now this I'm going to blend together for the last work. Now I'm going to remove the seeds from the dates, and then I'm going to blend everything, both um the coconut milk, the almond flour, and then the dates. I think I took about 10 pieces of dates, please. 10 pieces of dates. So when you have done that, you have to blend them together. Remember, the more dates you take, the more dark the mixture turns out. So if you really want it to be really white, you don't need to add so much. Now if you don't want to use that, you can actually think of probably stevia, but I don't want to use stevia, because I was kind of skeptical about using that, because I feel like it may probably not stick the way I want. But probably next time I can try that also. But this is how it comes out. So it's gonna turn kind of cream, not really white, because of the date. So this point now, I have finished blending, and I'm turning it over into a plate. And that bowl now, I'm going to be taking it from there and using it to dress the whole thing. But before I did that, I got a piping bag, and then I transferred the mixture into the piping bag, and then I started using it to decorate the whole the body of the cake. So now this is my piping bag and how it's going. So keep watching. If you have what all you have to do for me is subscribe to my YouTube channel, And after subscribing, I will get a message that you have subscribed to my YouTube channel, because they usually send me messages. So once you do that, and then you share this video in your platform also, just two things please. I really need to my YouTube channel to keep growing. So once you have done that, please, you can just drop your phone number on the comment section, maybe YouTube or Facebook, wherever you are watching this video from. Drop your phone number. I'm going to be doing this for only 10 people, just 10 people, and then that's it. So once I have done, you have done that, somebody will send you about 1 gig of data. So this is our final work. This is I used strawberry to do the final work. Then the kiwi and the honey fruit is for writing how old the person that you are doing it for is. Maybe 4 years, 6 years, 10 years, 11 years, 30 years, 50 years. We just use that honey fruit to do the work. Then the kiwi is just for dressing. So I want to say thank you for watching. Remember to watch the video and then know the gifts, and while you are wishing me happy birthday, know the gifts that follows this video, so that you can get yours. And the bonanza is there, but you have to watch the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.